Salutations, Dufos. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with another special presentation. I have really been enjoying this new platform where I am not working by myself. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm working with all of you. It's easy to interview celebrities. It's easy to interview people that everyone knows. But I find the greatest joy in bringing people to you that are mavericks, powerful goddesses, gods that you might not know right now, but that you will know by the end of this transmission. So, having said that, without further ado, I have someone else that you need to meet. I would like to introduce you to Miss, only for right now, Kendria Clark.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello.
Hi. Hi. I'm telling them I had to find my little handkerchief because I was like, I don't want to cry. And she was like, we only have happy memories. And I'm like, that's the point. So I want to give you a little backstory about how I know Kendria. After college, you guys have always heard me talk about my battle with bipolar 1, PTSD, and acute anxiety. Well, fresh out of college on a medical withdrawal, I was placed in the city with my uncle. I didn't go back to the home that my family was at in the suburbs because they didn't want me there. So they placed me in the city, and I wasn't used to it. And he took me to a picnic. And this picnic was like for what was it, Narcotics Anonymous?
It was a recovering addicts
Yes,
picnic.
it was a
Yeah, good
recovery.
time.
But my
Mhm.
uncle had a history of substance abuse. So I knew why we were there.
Mhm.
And I'll never forget, I had started to grow my afro. See, I told you I was gonna need this handkerchief. And I was sitting under a tree listening to Brandy's Full Moon album. And this beautiful woman walked over to me with her afro that was large. And she said to me, sweetheart, you are far too beautiful to be sitting over here crying.
Far too beautiful. Like, I don't know what is going on, but we're going to end this right now. Come on.
Exactly. And that ushered in her importance and her presence in my life. This is not difficult for me to do. It's just a lot of memories.
Mhm.
From that point on, Kendria and we exchanged phone numbers. I was eventually allowed to go back to my home in Willow Grove because I protested. And I was allowed to go back. And
Mhm.
Kendria and I kept in touch that whole time. Now I want to fast forward. My family, Christians, although I don't know how, we'll get into that because they all had the same thing I did, which was homosexuality, but we'll get into that. My family threw me out for being gay. And this beautiful woman gave me a place to stay. Not one time, not twice, 3 times. She allowed me to stay in her family home with her and her family. I met her mother, I met her family. I did holidays with them. They became my family. And I brought her on here today because it's been a long time since I've spoken to her. Really, really in depth spoken to her. And part of that is just because I have been trying to right the wrongs in my life and work on my money.
Yes, baby.
So I asked Kendria today, well, a couple of days ago, if she would come on. And she said, "You sure you want me? You sure you want me?" I said, "I have to have you. It's got to be you." Because I wanted all of you to know about those times. Kendria was a light. She still is. We'll get into it. We got time. Trust me, we got time. She is a light. And she has always been that for me and for others. And today I'm just giving her her flowers and allowing you to see how I got to where I am. Because if she hadn't helped me, got her mother on board to help me, got her family, her aunts, her cousins, all on board, uncles to help me, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. And when I say 3 times, so she took me in, got thrown out, stayed with her and her mother. I left. Then she brought me back, homeless again, brought me back. And it was just her and her children. And that was my most favorite time because that was right after Paris and I was a mess. I literally hid in the house for about a year and she allowed me to do that. But while I was there, I affectionately gained the title of being called a Manny.
It was our Manny.
I was. Her son, before we got started, we were having some technical difficulty with the microphone. She called her son, who is no longer a little goober anymore. And I saw him and I'm like, "That's Devin." And I said to him, I'm like, "I used to change your diapers." And he's like, you know, fixed the camera and went on. Kendria used to say to me that I was her Josephine Baker because I was trying to go to France to make something of my life. And it was very difficult. I had a lot going on, more than what people knew. I wasn't medicated. I tried to take medication, have heart palpitations and stuff. I'm like, okay, this medicine's not right for me. And of course, you stop taking it. A lot of people with my condition stop taking it when they feel better. And through it all, Kendria, you covered and sheltered me and gave me a strength unlike anything I'd ever had in my life, in the history of my family. No one gave me, to this day, the kind of strength and confidence that you gave me. And I remember sitting on your bed talking to you about suicide. And this beautiful woman, I remember when she said, I remember exactly what she said because my soul knitted to the words. She said, "Baby, don't do it." She said, "Don't do it." She said, "Because you know what's going to happen. You're going to do it and your spirit's going to leave your body and you're going to be floating away and you're going to look up the road and see all the things that you just forfeited."
Yeah.
She said that to me. So I want all of you to understand that this woman right here is a sister to me, unlike any sister I've ever had. I don't talk to my sisters. We're both busy and you're going to find out. But this is my sister. So Kendria, please tell these people watching where you are from.
I'm from North Philly. I'm a North Philly baby. I'm from the hood. From the hood. Yeah.
Please tell them, Miss North Philly baby, with so many talents and a mean ass walk. That walk, I'll never forget that walk. Please tell these people what your degree is in.
I have a degree in communication studies. Mass marketing, mostly for nonprofits and fundraising.
North Philly. She still said North Philly, but I don't have no degrees. This wonderful woman does. Kendria, I just cannot say thank you enough. but let's talk about it. So I'm living with her. I'm meeting, and this is the thing, some people, I was gay. So,
Mhm.
some people have an issue with that. Not Kendria.
Mm.
And let me tell you something, North Philly, she knew a lot of artists. So it wasn't even a North Philly crowd.
That's
It was,
true.
yeah, it was a very artistic, upwardly mobile, very enlightened, get with the program. This is what's going on. See with your third eye. These were the type of people, these were the type of people, well, this is how she is, but these were the type of people she was also around. And she brought me around them too. And I was received well. I never had a problem. I remember one, and I'm gonna shout her out, Miss Malika Lovelace. I remember when they tag teamed me in the living room, just giving me encouragement because I was a ball of tears and mess and a wreck. And Kendria looked at Malika, and Malika looked at her, and Malika said, he bipolar as fuck. She said, oh, baby, you got it, man. She did. And it was so grand because both of you then started to tell me that I needed to accept myself and I needed to embrace myself and I needed to understand what my purpose was and why. Now, mind you, this is 2006, 2007. It was a little bit before in 2005, before I left for Paris, but I came right on back to Kendria. And this was before Queen of Shade. This was before YouTube. This was before everything. And these two women were telling me, listen, you're special. You gotta live your life. You gotta find your niche. And I remember Kendria always used to say, because I used to have these conversations about being gay, and I was not strong, and I would say things to her about being gay. And she was the first person that said to me, you wish it wouldn't matter. That's the problem. Out here in the world, you just want to be seen for who you are. And you really wish that it just wouldn't matter what your orientation was. And for a young man who was indoctrinated early and then deserted by his family, I was really, 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 really lost. So a lot of young men, and I'm just going to be candid, a lot of young men in that situation, they find help in the arms of
Mm.
older gentlemen.
Mm.
They become property of older gentlemen. Not me,
Yeah, not our baby.
not me. So Kendria, please, as I'm regaling all of this greatness, please jump in. Tell these people what you saw in me, how you saw it, what made you keep me and my cat when I went to Paris. Keep my kitty for me. Just tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them.
So what I want to say is, because you are giving me all of these kudos, but
Mhm.
please know that I was not pouring into an empty vessel.
Oh,
You were never an empty vessel, baby.
mm,
You always had worth. The problem was you couldn't see it. And you couldn't see it because you were trained, you were told that the things that made you special, the things that made you bright were things to be ashamed of. So you were so bright. It was like watching a light flicker on and off, because we would get these bursts of um, magic is how I have to describe it. We would get these bursts of who you truly were, as long as you weren't thinking about it.
mm, mm.
But if we gave you any time to self-reflect, then you dimmed and you went inside. And I think you were trying to fix something that wasn't broken. So please know that when I saw you, I saw pure light. They talk about, there's a story when they talk about in the Buddhist religion about Buddha sitting under a tree, and they do the visual representation of it, of him sitting along a riverbank under a tree and just being pure light emanating from him. This is the way I envision when we met, because baby, you were sitting and your exterior was sad, but the energy coming off you, baby, was vibrant. It was radiant. So I never poured into an empty vessel, baby. There was always something to see. The the part where I think you give me too much credit and where you give all of us too much credit is just trying to hold the mirror up to you, baby, because you was always everything. Always. Your singing was everything. Your voice was everything. Your focus. We have not talked about what I got from you.
Mhm.
You, baby, having the focus, having the determination, deciding as a young man, Black, gay, whoever, deciding as a young person that where you needed to be was Paris, and filling out the paperwork to get your passport, getting your ducats in a row to save the money for your plane ticket, figuring out where you needed to be and who the it people were in Paris who would be able to give you a shot, baby, elbowing past the ostriches so they could see you, baby. The focus, you had such determination and such focus that that was how you repaid anything to me. The fact that I could see that, hey, if you can focus on this point and make all of your smaller steps be about moving towards this point, then you can reach your goal. I know I can, because Kylie did it. And
Yes.
did it with some panache, baby.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And that the branches that we walk out on, sometimes they're gonna be flimsy. Sometimes they're gonna be flimsy and sometimes they might break under us. But a lot of times our journey is about having enough belief in ourselves that if we go out on these limbs where the reward is great and that there's also possibility, the chance for a great failure, that we still take those shots on ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's what you taught me, baby. Take a shot on yourself.
Mm. Mm.
So yes, baby. Yeah.
You're
Yes,
you're killing me. You're killing me.
you said you had your thoughts. You were trying to figure out your medication.
Yeah.
Um, we are living in a society now where there are a lot of the conversations that you and I had in private
Now.
are now everywhere. Everybody
Mhm.
talks about not being able to find a gifted, responsible person of color to be our therapist.
Yeah.
This is something, baby, you was working with 15, 16 years ago. Like, oh man, not only is it hard for me to find a therapist, but I need to find someone who is not judgmental of me
Right.
for the way that I identify. I need to find someone who speaks my cultural language, so someone of our tone. I need to find someone who is serious about their craft, as serious about their craft as you are about your craft, because that's what you deserve. Like, and now these conversations are everywhere. Now everybody's appreciating Black therapists. Now my mama is a Black therapist. How about that?
Yes. How about that? How about that?
Yeah, baby. So yes, you gave me as much as you got, baby. I promise you. And you and I have not really talked about it. When you left that last time,
Yeah.
my life spiraled almost immediately after that, baby. Remember, I got married directly after that, and it was not good. It was not good.
Oh my God.
You moved out, and within 3 weeks, he moved in.
Oh no.
And it was not very good after that. So yeah, you, baby, are like some of you and our family. You, me, and these two babies,
Yeah.
family, were some of the last good memories I had from that decade, boo boo. Like,
Oh my God. I can't believe you said that on recording. I can't believe you said that on a recording. But you're
but
that.
it was our family, and I loved our family.
Yes.
And listen, I cooked, we ate.
Yes.
If I needed
Yes.
to go, you had the babies.
Yes. I had the babies.
The babies' vocabularies was on point.
Wow.
Babies, their milestones were being reached. Like, we were a parenting duo, baby. I'm not sure if that is how you think of that time together, and we affectionately called you the Manny, but baby, you were essentially the second parent, and you made a two-parent household.
Wow. That, you know what is so crazy about that is because I had a very spiritual shaman say to me, you are a father and a mother. You have both spirits. You are here to parent. You are here to teach. You are here to cultivate the youth and grow them up. And to tell you the truth, I was so scared because I stayed away from my sister's children
Mm-hmm.
because it was just like she was so young. I was 17. She was 15 going into 16, and she was pregnant. And I was so angry with her because I'm like, you see this hell we living in, and you gonna bring these babies into this hell. And then I get put out, the babies are there, and I'm like, well, now there's no one to shield them. So I remember coming and I'm like, I'm looking at this little goober. Devin was a goober. And I'm just like, oh my God, like I want to do better with him and Siani. I love seeing Siani now in college, now living her life, her best life, going places. And it's so crazy because I said this in an interview last night because the woman that I interviewed last night from Los Angeles, I met her a little after the time I left.
Okay.
And she was saying to me, you know, you had to put on blinders and kind of like a horse. You knew your goal, you had to run at it, and you couldn't see anything else. You had to get there, and you were battling mental illness, and you were having therapy, and you were doing so much. And I'm going to say this on camera, I always felt so bad because I never really reached out to you after that.
Oh, baby, don't feel bad about that. It wasn't time. It was not time. And we all know that things happen in their own good time. It was not time. And I'll tell you another thing. If you would have known, if you would have known some of the things, baby,
Oh,
I don't think that there is anything that I could have said to you
yeah,
that would not have had you snatching me and them babies out of there so fast and amazing.
yeah.
And unfortunately, that is not the story that I was supposed to have. That is not the journey that I was supposed to take. So yeah, please do not feel bad, baby. Please do not, because our journeys are our journeys, and the bumps and bruises, the scrapes and calluses that we get, um, help us along to being who we are supposed to be at the end. There is no way, there is no way that I could love my current person as
Yes,
confidently, as securely as I do right now if I had not gone through the relationship that I did before this.
yeah.
I just didn't have the
I feel that
capability.
way about my life. I didn't have the capability.
I just
Yeah,
didn't have the capability. I didn't have the capacity to do that.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So
I,
yeah.
you know what's so crazy? I was just gonna give you your flowers. We was gonna talk. I wasn't trying to get in your business. I wasn't trying to get in your business. You just, but you are using your business to add context, and I have to say thank you for that. Thank you for it. I appreciate that because it's showing them we have such history.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so crazy because I felt guilty, Kendria. I would talk to your mama.
Mm-hmm.
I would send messages to Khalil, your aunt Andrea, and I could not bring myself around to shoot you a message because I was embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
I was embarrassed. And I would ask them, you can ask all of them. They would post pictures of you, and I'm like, she's doing well. It was your mother that posted congratulations on your new engagement.
Mm.
And it was your mother that posted them that I saw them and I said, oh my God, congratulations. Like, and I said it under there and you saw it. And I'm just like, but your aunts, and I didn't, and even with them, I didn't have the time to sit and chat and chew and do all of that. Because Khalil always said to me, he called me brother, and he said, brother, I want to get you and Kendria together, and we need to go out and eat and talk. He always said that. And I was always apprehensive, not just because I was working, but it was just like, what am I going to say? Because this woman did so much for me and I just skipped out. And I felt really bad about that. And even when you asked me, what's this interview going to be about? And I was like, it's going to be just light and me giving you your flowers. I am not interested in no deep shit because this is truly a showcasing of you. I want all these people that follow me now and say, oh, I love the Queen of Shade. I don't negate their love. And I
Mhm.
thank them for their love. But I want them to see and know the Queen of Shade got people that really love her, like really love her.
Mhm.
So, and I was speaking about this last night, it's sad because as an entertainer, the only thing your audience wants from you is more. That's it.
Right.
That's it. So the relationship at times can be very one-sided
Mhm.
until you give them more. you know so with these relationships, oh God, I remember your voice on the phone, and I remember you saying, come on baby, and I remember pulling up all them trash bags to your house in the winter, and you just like, come on baby, come on. And you always had that sweetness about you. And it's so funny when you said North Philly, I would thought you were going to tell me, but my family's originally from the South, because you always had that sweet tea mentality where
Mhm.
you sit and, well, you drank it too, but we all drank it in your house, the sweet tea. But it was that mentality, like it was that mentality. That's a book title for you, baby. But
Found it.
yeah, you need to get on that, because what you did was you gave us, it was kind of those porch moments in that rocking chair, sipping that tea, where we actually got, okay, let me say this. I'll never forget, nor have I ever seen it again, walking into your house, and people always have decorations. You had this huge bowl on your table full of real fruit. I have never seen that again
Hmm.
in anyone. And I've been in some homes of supposedly enlightened people, and you had a whole bowl. And I remember asking you about it. And you said, well, I want my children to get in the habit of asking me for these things, or just being able to come in and grab it, instead of going to the store down the corner and getting all that candy and all that stuff they don't need.
Mhm.
And I remember watching Siani, because that's your daughter's name. And you have other daughters. I'll get to that in a second. I remember watching Siani come in from jumping rope and grab an apple, or grab a pear, or
Mhm.
grab a peach, and run right back out the door. Like your home, you always made it a very beautiful haven. I felt so safe in your home. And to be honest, I didn't want to leave.
Oh, baby.
I didn't want to leave because I didn't feel ready, Kendria. I didn't feel ready. And honestly, after that, that was proven to be correct, because I got an apartment with my brother at 15th in Ontario,
Yes.
and my brother's schizophrenic. So I'm working at Pet Boys, um, dealing with all of that, and he's drinking a bottle of Grey Goose every day.
Yeah, that's a lot, baby.
Yeah. And he's my baby brother. He's
Mhm.
4 years younger than me. And he too was dealing with the trauma that I also had in the same house, and ironically, he's here with me now. I take care of him because he needs it.
Mhm.
He was in the military, but schizophrenia showed his hand,
Mhm.
and they asked him to leave, and he had nowhere. And my brother has always been my charge. I've always felt responsible for him. I actually in Paris got really, really sick earlier than I should have, even in the cycle of the whole manic episode thing, because he called me, and I didn't even think about you. I had nowhere else to stash him. And
Mhm.
I stashed him with my father's side of the family, whom I had no relationship with.
Okay.
And then he calls me in Paris, and he's like, they're abusing me, they're taking from me, they're doing all these things. So that really, like, that started I got to hurry up and do this, instead of the let it happen by divine order. You're meeting the people you need to meet. Let it happen. They're asking you to do things, but it became me rushing, pressing. Well, oh, I saw you yesterday. And they're like, baby, the season doesn't start for another month. And I'm like, oh, but do you have anything now? And I became much of a nuisance because I was rabid about getting the help that I needed financially. And
Mhm.
it was just like, because my baby brother was calling me crying, like, and then he said to me then, and I knew he was schizophrenic then. And he was like, I'm going to go in the army. And I'm like, they won't take you. I'm like, don't do that. That's the worst thing that you can do. But my brother said to me, but it's the easiest way to die.
Baby. Oh, I'm so sorry.
And then he lived on his own for a while and ran distributors. As an alcoholic, he ran beer distributors.
Okay.
And then he just went in the army. And you could see that it was changing his life for the better.
Okay.
But there was so much baggage.
Okay.
His father, whom he didn't know and wouldn't talk to, whom he just started to talk to before Christmas of last year, died in January of this year. Messed him up. And my voice is kind of hoarse right now because him and my nephew got into a turf war last night while I was recording. So it's all in my video, and I kept it. The person, like I said, he was talking about the Olympics and stuff. He said, "That's your family?" I said, "Yes, that's my family." But I need everyone watching to understand that my family still doesn't embrace me.
Hmm.
I don't see my family. I am estranged from my own siblings,
Hmm.
and we're all 2, 4, 6 years apart. The only reason he's here is because I'm looking after him. But I don't have a family in my natural family. I
Hmm.
have a chosen family.
Mhm.
I was even shocked that my grandmother did what she did for me by helping me with my business and going into her IRA,
Right.
because she was the one that kicked me out. My uncle was there. He had a heavy hand in it, but it was inevitably her house.
Right.
So to let it happen, it's your house.
Hmm.
Our relationship has gotten better since she has forked over some money. Let me just be honest. It got better. Cause right. I just had to say it. I had to say it like that. It has gotten better because then after the money, we focused on our relationship. And it is so crazy because we've had knockdown, drag out arguments and still remained so close. And we're kind of like each other's companions
Hmm.
because I stick with her through it all. And we talk about the rest of the family. We don't talk to anybody. Sometimes my aunts and uncles will call her, but she'll say it. She'll say, like, I don't feel it. I know I can't get involved. I can't do this. I can't do that. We've had the hard conversations. Last year, November, around Thanksgiving, actually on Thanksgiving, our funds dried up, our funding dried up.
Okay.
And I had to file for bankruptcy for my first LLC. So it went bankrupt, it went out of business. I was devastated. We argued. I didn't understand why she would drop me so close to success. We had all of that crying, and you hurt me, and oh, this, and you want your money back, and you want more than you gave me, and all of this stuff. And then in this year, I want to say in March, one of my supporters who became a friend gave me the money I needed to start a new LLC.
Okay.
And then not only did he do that, but he kept paying me thousands of dollars and wasn't even using my service as a mentor to keep my business afloat a
Hmm.
whole year.
Hmm.
He's still doing it.
Hmm.
And it's just like, I didn't understand why it had to happen or why it happened like that. But I can say this to you, the divine needed me to know that I could do it and to not be so codependent on her. But
Okay.
yeah, but that there were other people whom actually were familiar with my work because I always hated that about my family. How do you say you support me and you don't watch a single thing that I do?
Right.
Oh, they're watching now because the podcast is very telling.
Okay.
It's very telling. I use it. It's very cathartic. I use it to tell a lot of things about my past. But a true family, I got that from you and yours. I still have the memories. I can see them. Mama always saying, sing something, boys, sing something. You know, sing something. Everybody be quiet. He gonna sing.
Right. Loud. You know, she
Right?
loud when she say it. Loud.
Yes, right? Cooking all that good food at our house. Like, oh.
I was going to tell, can I tell a quick story about
Yes,
mama?
please do, please do.
So, you know how my mama is old school cooking, right?
Yes, yes.
So that was old mama.
Yeah.
And we got new slim trim mama. So
Oh,
I say, hey mama. She said, what can I bring to Thanksgiving? I said, please bring string beans. Right. So I'm expecting a big old pot with all the juice and the butter sitting on it and some smoked turkey bits in there. She came, baby, with string beans that had been sauteed lightly in garlic and light salt and pepper. To which I said, I don't want this. I love you so much. She said, girl, it's a new day. All that is old cooking. You don't want that old cooking. And I said, I absolutely do. I said, how about this? You have now been elevated, right? To supreme position. You don't have to bring nothing else. Don't bring nothing but yourself. No more. This was my Thanksgiving. I was hot. Oh, honey, I was hot.
oh my God. And do you know, I watched your Thanksgiving through the pictures.
Did you really?
Did
We had
you?
a good time.
Yeah, y'all had a great time. And I
Yeah.
enjoyed watching it because I did nothing for Thanksgiving but work.
Are you serious, baby?
Christmas is the same way.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So do you want to work?
Yes.
You want to do?
Yes. I'm a mad hatter. Yes. I'm a
Well, if
mad
you
hatter.
need a break, let me know because we
Yes.
do game nights once every bi-monthly. You are more than welcome to come to a game night, baby. And we have a good time. And oldies but goodies. Malika and Reg is coming this week. And
oh my God. You know what's so crazy too? And you don't live in the hood no more.
I don't.
That's why I was so mad. I'm like, why she talking about North Philly?
I do not live in the hood anymore.
You don't live in the hood no more.
So where I am now is in Winfield,
Okay.
Park,
Okay.
which is lovely. But my fiance and I are planning out our journey for the next 2 years or so.
Yes.
And we are homesteading. So very shortly we will be out of the city all together, us and these babies. And yeah, Kendria trying to be a farmer. So I go back to school in January, baby. I start classes next month. I'm about done.
Oh my God. See, but you know what? That's one thing that I said to your brother because I remember his college experience and he came home and I said to him, I was like, oh, you got to go back. You got to go back. And you know what he said to me? He said, do you see my family? He said, do you see my mama? Do you see my sister? He said, they got their degrees. He said, I got time. I got time to figure it out.
He ain't lying.
I ain't going nowhere. He said, I got time. And he was, and I was like, I looked and I'm like, you're right. They got their degrees, right? They live life and everything else, married and everything else, got them degrees. They're fine. That's what I liked about your family because my family, once it was done, it was done. You know, like, no, y'all don't do that. Y'all revisit things.
Because you just never know where it's going to lead.
Yeah.
So when I originally went back to school, I went thinking that I would go into, I wanted to do dental hygienist. That's what I wanted.
Okay.
Great pay, flexible hours. You know, I had all them children.
Yeah.
I had all them children.
Yeah.
I had 4 children.
Yeah.
And I have 3 new stepchildren.
Oh, wow.
Yes, 3 new stepchildren. So the oldest is 27. She is also a Black therapist, baby. Listen, we play no games over here. Okay.
Wow.
And then we got little ones. So yeah, when I went back to school, I wanted to do dental hygienist. And I got all the prerequisite classes done. these maths and sciences. And then right before I was heading to the last leg, I switched up my major. And when I decided to do this, I remember calling my mama that morning and crying to her and said, Mom, I done wasted about a year taking these classes I'm not going to do anything with. Like, I don't know, like, am I doing the right thing? I just don't think I'm going to be happy in that career. And my mama told me right then, she said, time adding to yourself, time enriching yourself is never a waste. And you can't see where this stuff is going right now, but it'll be all right now. I done signed up for this 2-year program, right? And I need 65 credits to graduate. 30 of my credits from my last degree transfer over. So all those classes that I thought were going to be not ended up knocking a year off of classes. In 2 years, I'm going to have a degree and a homestead, baby. Just trust the journey and don't be so hard on yourself.
You have always been that type of woman. You have always been that type of woman. You never let a monkey stop no show.
I let one monkey throw a wrench in it, paused it for a long time, but
listen, pause is still not stop. Pause is still not stop. That's what I admire. Yeah, I admire that about all the women in your family. Y'all some strong women.
Thank you.
Y'all some strong women. I think part of this is probably from what I saw, being strong internally is just y'all some strong women. And I watched y'all all do what women do, you know, and then be daddies too. Like I
seeing this become reality for you, seeing you step into this version of yourself and seeing it fit to you like a glove and seeing you preen around in it, baby, is a dream come true. Because to see somebody so talented, not just talented, baby, kind, because we haven't talked about your kindness. Because yes, you came to live with me. You know what else you did? You cleaned up after yourself.
Oh, I didn't want to make a mess and be a burden.
You contributed to the culture of our home. You contributed to the cleanliness of our home, to the intelligence of our home. You poured into us as much as we poured into you. And to see you now stand in your light is a dream come true. I am so proud of you.
You trying to make me cry?
God. So proud of you. I can't even tell you. I could try, but I ain't gonna do it right. I love you and I am so proud of you and have been for quite some time. So know that while you looking at the photos on my mama page, that I am looking at you on Instagram, baby. Look at this baby.
Oh my God. Dude, I can't tell you how peaceful and rejuvenated I feel right now, because I told my grandmother, I was like, I gotta do this. I'm like, now, mind you, this is a new platform. I wasn't interviewing people before. I was just doing the videos and just leaving them out there. Whoever saw them was whoever saw them. But this, I am having so much fun in the dialogue. It's so much fun. And I've got some things in the works. I've got people that want me to do things for them and, oh, come do this and podcasts and this. And I got my own podcast and they're like, oh, well, do this and we'll take care of you, we'll treat you. And I'll just, if the money is right, because like that, like, honestly, I love to give, I love to do what I do, but I also have put on my big boy pants to realize that I deserve to be paid from what I do. Yeah.
And well.
Yeah, very well. So like, that's kind of like when people deal with me and they're like, I'm like, okay, you ain't said the magic word. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. And I just wanna say thank you to you, because you ain't say, well, honey, my rate is.
I said me.
Yeah, you ain't say my rate is. Yeah, you did. You were like, me?
No. And you said, yes, you. And I say, baby, I'll do whatever you want. What you want, where I need to be.
Oh, well, then you got to tell them what else I asked for.
I don't know what else you asked for. You just asked me to come.
I'm going to tell them I asked for an embryo. I said I need an embryo.
And I told you, if you want an embryo, you about 10 years too late. You should have got it while he was young.
Kendria, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
coming to me. Please tell these people where they can find you on social media.
Okay. So we didn't. We'll talk later because I have
Okay.
a feature going on now,
Okay.
but I am not sure how it aligns with your brand, so
Okay.
I didn't mention it here. So I'm on
You
Facebook.
can. You can. Because I want this is promotion. Talk about it. Talk about it, and then we can
Okay.
talk about it. Please talk about it.
So no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
She said no, I'm away.
I'm gonna wait, and then with your permission, I will come
Yes.
back.
Yes, come back. Yes. Yes. I'm trying to get those repeats. Yes. Come back.
So I'm on Facebook, Kendria Clark.
Mhm.
It's me. It's a picture of me and my new fiance.
Yes. He put a ring on it. Yes.
Come on,
Yes.
So I'm also on Instagram as Community Clayworks.
Yes.
And I am on TikTok, but I don't know if anybody wants to see that because it's basically just me embarrassing my children. That is all it is. It's all the videos of me embarrassing my children.
But you know what? I want to also put a pin in that right now. I love watching your interactions with your children. You are the epitome of what a mother should be. You are what they say, you are the prototype.
Oh my God. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Right? I couldn't even sing it high because this old boy's yelling at my brother and my nephew last night. I got one more interview to do, and that's at 3:00, and I'll be good.
All right.
I'm gonna sip me some tea.
Baby, right now I'm mothering a preteen and a teenage girl.
Right.
And I can't do nothing right. So thank you. I appreciate it. That means so much.
You are though, because you mothered me. You mothered Siani's in college. Some girls better get it together. They gotta go. They gotta go. We ain't accepting nothing less. So they gotta go. They gotta go. Sneak the birth control in their orange juice. I'm glad she said it. She said, "Oh no, he said that. He said that right there."
Like,
yeah. I have noticed they're very well, but they get that from you. You were always. Remember, we walked that modeling show, and they put you in that red latex dress, honey. It was tighter than a condom, and you looked amazing in it.
I tell you, I don't have one photo from that. Hey, world out there. Bjorn and I did a fashion show for the South Street. Was it Owners Association?
Yeah, something like that.
It was something like that. And
they had booked us. It was they booked us through self-explanatory productions. Maria Wills was her name. Damn, you took me down memory lane.
Baby,
she's from DC.
And she was gorgeous. She was gorgeous.
Yes.
And sweet.
She was at Drexel. Yeah,
funny on the money, but she was gorgeous and sweet.
We didn't get paid. We didn't get paid.
We didn't get paid.
We were supposed to. But let's hope Maria has
done well for herself. I wish that baby nothing but success. But if somebody can find the pictures of me in the two-piece latex, set, it would make my year.
Yeah. Because I think I might reach out to her. I think I follow her on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah, and I could ask her, Maria, do you have any pictures? Oh my God. Because you know, I don't have not a single picture. I had my hair, my twists done. They were blonde on the ends. They were sticking out. And they put me in that long red open cape kind of thing. And they put the Matrix theme on me. And I opened the show and I ain't see none of that. I didn't see none of that.
But you killed, baby. So
we all did. We all were ready. Them damn rehearsals, we were ready.
If somebody anywhere has photos, Bjorn and I would love to see. It has been many, many years. And I've only modeled the 2 times. And this was one of the 2. And I've never seen any photos from it. So
honey, when I tell you, and I told you that walk was mean. That walk was mean. That walk was mean. That walk was mean. And it's kind of funny because even in my walk, I don't walk like you, but I think sass, strength, power, sexiness. Like I think those things from you. Like that you're like literally, it's not Naomi for me. It's not Leah Kabidi for me. It's you. Like when I think that I have to bring it, because honey, no, because what they need to understand is, and I still do it when I go out, which is why I go out very rarely, is honey, we use our walks down the street. We use our walks down the street. You used to always get catcalled because guys was like, I want that right there. That her, you, yo, you. And it's just because that walk was that walk. And then you would dance and do the leg thing.
The sticky leg. I was the sticky leg. Right, because I was a cute girl who would dance and not know how to take it. Right. Why is she so goofy? Because she is. Like, here you go. That is it.
Yes. Oh my God.
I love you. Thank you.
I love you too. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm going to send you a copy of this so you can put it wherever you want. I'm going to send you the audio so you can put it wherever you want, podcast or whatever. Thank you so much for coming on and just allowing me to give you your flowers and revisit a time in my life with new eyes, because that was a very difficult time for my life, but I remember the good. And then to have you say, baby, you was always a light. You were never empty. You don't even know what you did. Now I'm gonna do, after I get off of here and get ready for this next interview, I'll be standing in the mirror like, you was always full. You said I was always full, never empty. Now I gotta process that.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
My love to your brother who I've met.
I will.
And I bet you his hair is still gorgeous. Is his hair still gorgeous?
No, he cut it off. No, he cut it off for the army. He cut it off. Oh yeah, before we go, because you used to have me right. You used to do my twist. You braided him. Yeah, you was just a sweet tea woman. You was a sweet tea woman. But write the book, Kendria. Talk about it. Sweet tea. Sweet tea.
I loved you. And I would be damned if anybody messes with people I love.
Yes. And one more thing. You're an Aries. I'm a Libra. We are extremely compatible. Yeah, we're extremely compatible. So that's why it worked. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
I love all your fans. Bye.
Bye.